Alrighty, guys. So, for those of you that aren't here, you know, thank you for coming and watching the replay. Of course, this is, as always, is the Monday Morning Mastermind. This morning I've got a video that's a little bit longer than the ones that we normally watch, but, I think it's something that's really important that goes along with our running theme of productivity and getting things done and really getting yourself moving. So this is a lady named Mel Robbins, who I have a lot of respect for, and this is a talk she did at a TEDx conference. So just sit back, relax. It's about 20 minutes long. I think you guys will really enjoy it.
Bigger welcome. Hello, San Francisco. Tedx. Oh my God, blinding light. Hi, everybody. How are you? Fine. Oh my gosh. Okay, so my name is Mel Robbins, and for the last 17 years, I have done nothing but help people get everything that they want. Within reason. My husband's here. And so I've done it in the courtroom, in the boardroom, in the bedroom, in people's living room, whatever room you want to be in. If I'm there, I will help you get whatever you want by any means necessary. For the last 3 years, I host a syndicated radio show. 5 days a week, I go live in 40 cities, and I talk to men and women across America who feel stuck. Do you know that 1/3 of Americans feel dissatisfied with their lives right now? That is 100 million people. That's insane. And I've come face to face with it in this new show that I'm doing, which is also insane. It's called In-Laws. I move in with families across America. You guessed it, who are at war with their in-laws. We move them into the same house. I verbally assassinate everybody. We open up Pandora's box, and I get people to stop arguing about the donuts and who's hosting Thanksgiving dinner and talk about the real stuff. And that's what I want to talk to you about. I'm here for you. I'm going to tell you everything I know in less than 18 minutes about how to get what you want. So I want you to take a millisecond right now, and I want you to think about what you want. You. And I want you to be selfish. Screw Simon and the we thing. This is about me, right now. Sorry, Simon. What do you want? And here's the deal. I don't want it to sound good to other people. Being healthy will not get your ass on a treadmill. Losing your man boobs so you could hook up with somebody, now that's motivation. So I want to know, what do you want? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to triple your income? Do you want to start a nonprofit? Do you want to find love? What is it? Get it right here. You know what it is. Don't analyze it to death. Just pick something. That's part of the problem. You won't pick. So we're going to be talking about how you get what you want. And frankly, getting what you want is simple. But notice I didn't say it was easy. It's very simple. In fact, if you think about it, we live in the most amazing moment in time. So that thing that you have up here, whatever it may be, you want to use healthy eating to cure your diabetes, you want to figure out how to take care of the elders and start a new hospice center, you want to move to Africa and build a school, guess what? You could walk into a bookstore right now and buy at least 10 books written by credentialed experts on how the hell you do it. You could Google it, and you could probably find at least, 1,000 blogs documenting the step-by-step transformation that somebody else is already doing. You can find anybody online and cyberstalk them. You can just walk in their footsteps and let them, just use the science of drafting. Follow what everyone else has done, because somebody else is already doing it. So why don't you have what you want? When you have all the information that you need, you have the contacts that you need, there are probably free tools online that allow you to start a business or join a group or do whatever the heck you want. It all comes down to one word. Shut the front door. You know what I'm talking about? The F-bomb. It's everywhere. You hear it all the time, and I honestly don't understand what the appeal is of the word. I mean, you don't sound smart when you say it. And it's really not expressing how you really feel. It's sort of a cheap, shot to take. And of course, I'm talking about the word fine. How you doing? Oh, I'm fine. Oh, really? You are? Dragging around those extra 40 pounds? You're fine? Feeling like roommates with your spouse? And you're fine? You haven't had sex in 4 months? You're fine? Really? I don't think so. But see, here's the deal with saying that you're fine. It's actually genius. Because if you're fine, you don't have to do anything about it. But when you think about this word fine, it just makes me so angry. I mean, here we are at a conference about being alive, and you're going to describe the experience of being alive as fine? What a flimsy and feeble word. If you're crappy, say you're crappy. If you're amazing, say you're amazing. Tell the truth. And this not only goes for the social construct, oh, I don't want to burden you with the fact that I hate my life, or, hey, I'm amazing, but that would make you feel terrible. The bigger issue with fine is that you say it to yourself. That thing that you want, I guarantee you, you've convinced yourself that you're fine not having it. That's why you're not pushing yourself. It's the areas in your life where you've given up, where you've said, oh, I'm fine. My mom's never going to change, so I just can't have that conversation. I'm fine. We got to wait until the kids graduate before we get divorced, so we'll just sleep in separate bedrooms. I'm fine. I lost my job. I can barely pay my bills, but whatever. It's hard to get a job. And, one of the reasons why this word also just annoys me so much is scientists have calculated, oh yeah, I'm coming down. Scientists have calculated the odds of you being born. That's right. They've crunched the numbers. I see you up there. They have crunched the numbers on you. Yeah, no, you guys standing up, you want to sit down for this. They've crunched the numbers on you being born. And they took into account all of the wars and the natural disasters and the dinosaurs and everything else. And do you realize that the odds of you, yeah, right here, put your computer away, stand up for me, Doug. So the odds of Doug here, turn around, say hi to everybody. The odds, of Doug being born at the moment in time he was born to the parents you were born to with the DNA structure that you have, 1 in 400 trillion. Isn't that amazing?
I'm so lucky.
Yes. You're not fine, you're fantastic. You have life-changing ideas for a reason, and it's not to torture yourself. Thank you. Thank you, Doug. And Christine was right when she said all of you could be on stage, because all of you, we're all in this category. 1 in 400 trillion. All day long, you have ideas that could change your life, that could change the world, that could change the way that you feel. And what do you do with them? Nothing. Oh, hopefully I won't moon you. You didn't pay for that. And I want you to just think for a minute, because we all have, I love to use the analogy, the inner snooze button. You have these amazing ideas that bubble up, right? You've been watching people all day, and I guarantee you, like, ping pong balls, boom, 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 boom. You've got idea, oh, I should do this, I should do that. And every time you have an idea, what do? Boop, hit the snooze. What's the first decision you made this morning? I bet it was to go back to bed. Yep, the first decision today, I'm 1 in 400 trillion, I'm going to go back to sleep. And I get it. Your bed is comfortable. It's cozy, it's warm. If you're lucky, you've got, like somebody that you love next to you. Or in my case, I've got my husband and my 2 kids and possibly the dog. And the reason why I'm bringing up this first decision that you made today and the inner snooze alarm is because in any area of your life that you want to change, there's one fact that you need to know. Just one. You're never going to feel like it. Ever. No one's coming. Motivation isn't happening. You're never going to feel like it. Scientists call it activation energy. That's what they call the force required to get you to change from what you're doing on autopilot to do something new. So try this test tomorrow. You think you're so fancy. I know you're attending TED. Try this. Tomorrow morning, set your alarm for 30 minutes earlier. And then when it goes off, take those sheets, throw them off, and stand up and start your day. No snooze, no delay, no I'll just wait here for 5 seconds because Mel's not standing here. Do it. And the reason why I want you to do it is because you will come face to face with the physical, and I mean physical, force that's required to change your behavior. Do you think that somebody who needs to lose weight ever feels like going on a diet? Of course not. Do you think they ever feel like eating boiled chicken and peas instead of a croissant? I don't think so. The activation energy required to get your ass away from your computer and out your front door to go on the walk you said that you were going to go on is the exact same amount of force that it takes you to push yourself out of a warm bed and into a cold room. What's interesting about being an adult is that when you become 18, nobody tells you that it's now going to be your job to parent yourself. And by parent yourself, I mean it's your job to make yourself do the crap you don't want to do so you can be everything that you're supposed to be. And you're so damn busy waiting to feel like it. And you're never going to. My son never feels like getting off his DS. That's my job. Get off the damn DS. Kendall, clean up the Barbies. If you're going to have a nude party in my bathroom, at least clean it up. God, chew with your mouth closed. We're not in a barn for crying out loud. All right, dinner's coming. Get out of the pantry. As parents, and you were a kid, your parents make you do the things you don't feel like doing because you won't. Ever. Not now, not then, not ever. And even when you get good at something, you'll figure out something else you don't want to do. And then you'll plateau out and you'll get bored and you're like, I hate this job, it's boring. But will you look for a new one? No, you'll just bitch about that one. It's very, very simple to get what you want, but it's not easy. You have to force yourself. And I mean force. And the reason why I use the word force, when Roz is up here and talking about the emotion tracking, and she had the picture of the 2 sides of the brain, I look at the brain the exact same way. Only I describe one side of your brain as autopilot and the other side as emergency brake. That's the only 2 speeds you get. Autopilot, emergency brake. And guess which one your brain likes better? Autopilot. You've had the experience where you've driven to work, right? And you get there and you're like, oh my God, I don't remember driving here. You weren't drunk. That was your brain on autopilot. It was functioning just at this level. And the problem with your mind is that anytime you do anything that's different from your normal routine, guess what your brain does? Emergency brake. And it has that reaction for everything. Everything. You walk into the kitchen and you see everybody's left their breakfast dishes for you. And you think for the 100th time, I'm going to kill them. In fact, I'm going to leave them here and I'm going to make them do it. But that's not your normal routine, is it? So your mind goes, emergency brake. And you go right into autopilot. I'll just load it and be pissed and then not have sex. That's what I'm going to do. So when I say force, anything that's a break from your routine is going to require force. And if you think about your life, it's kind of funny because we, are kids and then we become adults and we spend so much time trying to push our life into some sort of stable routine, and then we grow bored of it. You wake up at, the same time every day, you have largely the same breakfast, you drive to work the same way, you show up at work, you look busy, you avoid making calls, you update Facebook, you attend a meeting and doodle the whole time, you go back and update Facebook, you make plans for the evening, you look busy some more, then you drive home the same way, eat largely the same dinner or, variety of it. You watch the same kind of media, and then you go to bed and do the same thing all over again. No wonder you're bored out of your mind. It's the routine that's killing you. I have this theory about why people get stuck in life. So most of you have probably taken your basic Psych 101 class and you've bumped into Andrew Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Well, your body is kind of cool because you have these basic needs. And your body is wired to send you signals. If you are hungry, if you need food, what do you feel? If you need water, what do you feel? If you need sex, what do you feel? Thank you. I think when you feel stuck or dissatisfied in your life, it's a signal. And it's not a signal that your life is broken. It's a signal that one of your most basic needs are not being met. Your need for exploration. Everything about your life, about your body, grows. Your cells regenerate, your hair, your nails, everything grows for your entire life. And your soul needs exploration and growth. And the only way you'll get it is by forcing yourself to be uncomfortable. Forcing yourself to get outside. Out of your head, thank you. If you're in your head, you're behind enemy lines. That is not God talking. Okay? It's not. In fact, if I put a speaker on it and we broadcast what you say to yourself, we would institutionalize you. You would not hang out with people that talk to you the way you talk to yourself. So get out of your head. Your feelings are screwing you. I don't care how you feel. I care about what you want. And if you listen to how you feel, when it comes to what you want, you will not get it. Because you will never feel like it. And you need to get outside your comfort zone. It's not about taking risks. It's about getting outside your comfort zone. Those first 3 seconds when you push yourself out of bed, they blow. But once you're up, it's great. Those first 3 seconds when you're sitting here in a studio or a stadium like this and somebody says, get up and come dance, and you think, oh, I should do that. And then you're like, oh. That experience that you had where you had the impulse to do it, and then you didn't do the activation energy required to force yourself, your emergency brake got pulled. I'm sitting right here. I'm not going up with those crazy people. I don't like to dance. Well, what happened for me is I came up and I bumped into Rachel, and then we started talking, and next thing you know, she's tweeting. And we're friends. And boom, get outside. That's where the magic is. That's where the 1 in 400 trillion exists. So everything I do, wait, okay, this is the last part, sorry. So one more thing that you can use. I call it the 5-second rule. Your mind can process a facial expression in 33 milliseconds. It can move pretty damn quick. The other thing that it does very quickly is if you have one of those little impulses that are pulling you, if you don't marry it with an action within 5 seconds, you pull the emergency brake and kill the idea. Kill it. If you have the impulse to get up and come dance while the band is playing, if you don't stand up in 5 seconds, you're going to pull the emergency brake. If you have an impulse about you were inspired by somebody's speech today and you don't do something within 5 seconds, write a note, send yourself a text. Anything physical to marry it with the idea, you will pull the emergency brake and kill the idea. Your problem isn't ideas. Your problem is you don't act on them. You kill them. It's not my fault. It's not anybody's fault. You're doing it to yourself. Stop it. I'm counting on you. 1 in 400 trillion. You got stuff to do. And it's not going to happen in your head. So I want you to practice this today. When we go off to party, thank God it's coming soon because I think we all could use a cocktail. I want you to practice the 5-second rule. You see somebody and you think you have that impulse, they look interesting. Walk over there. You were inspired by somebody and you have a request, make it. That's why you're here. Experiment with it, and I think you'll be shocked about what happens. And one more thing, I want you to know that everything that I do, whether it's the radio show or the television show or the book that I wrote or the column, it's for you. And if there is anything that I can do, if I can do anything to make you do the things you don't want to do so you can have what you want, I will do it. But you need to walk over, you need to open your mouth, and you need to make the request. You got it? Good. Go do it.
Thank you for using AnyMeeting.
All right, get the recording started back up here. All right, there we go. I think what happens is I had to mute the microphone on the recording because I've learned in the past if I leave the microphone on the recording part that it messes with the audio on the videos that I play. So. I tell you what, guys, I think this is, a very, very big thing, especially going into an event, especially that last part, that was really where, to me, a lot of the meat was. She had a lot of really good things to say. I've probably watched that video, 10 or 15 times myself. just because it's a good video and I like to take notes from it. It's just, there's a lot of things that you can pick up there. But, the big thing is being able to take action on your impulses. And I'd mentioned this before, but, she really explains it very well that, you got to have that, it's that activation energy, that forcing yourself to go out and act on your impulse and go out and act on the things that are going through your head. Just jump out there and do it. And I think it's a really big thing, especially going into, we've got our event coming up this week. And of course, you guys that are here on the call with me, all of you guys are going to be there. Most of the people that are, going to watch the recording are going to be there as well. And that's the thing I want to get across to you guys is that, going into this event, you're going to have a lot of opportunity to go and talk to different people and, see different things and be around different people. And, they're going to have breakout sessions with all sorts of different topics and things like that. That's one thing that I'm really, really excited about for this weekend is the breakout sessions. And, the thing is, if you have an impulse to go to one, just go to that one, whether or not your friends are going to go or whether or not, you're going to have somebody else around that or whatever. If you feel, as soon as you feel like that's where you should go, that's what you need to do, acting on that impulse. And, I'll tell you guys a little bit of a story about this. When I was at the Denver event back last, well, goodness, yeah, last July now. I can't believe it's been that long. So I was at the Denver event last July, and they put on put on for sale the tickets for the 4 regional events. Well, I decided that no matter what, I just in my head decided that the Dallas event was the one that I was most drawn to. It wasn't the closest necessarily to where I lived. It would have been easier for me to go to, the Washington or the DC event, or, maybe even to have gone to the Orlando event. But, for some reason, I just felt this, I don't know what it was to go to Dallas. And right there, I went and bought my tickets. Now, what I didn't know is how the regional events were going to be set up, what the attendance was going to be like. I mean, my whole experience with events was Chicago and Denver, which they were both absolutely amazing, and so was Dallas. And the thing is, when I got to Dallas, there were a couple of things that really happened. Number one, it was the smallest of the 4 events. There were only about 800 people there. And, it was just a really, really close-knit community. And, I got a lot more experience with people and being able to, work with people and that sort of thing. And it was just really nice. I got time to talk to leaders, really, really be able to spend time with people like Lawrence Tam, with David Wood, with Nicole Cooper and her husband. I mean, I spent a lot of time around those two actually, which is just amazing. To be able to be, it's great to be able to get myself into a place where I'm around people who have what I want. And you can't be afraid to, just go out there and, take the time to talk to people. Most people are going to be friendly. They're going to talk to you. They're going to answer your questions, that sort of thing. You just got to go out there and do it. Even if you don't know the person or whatever, if they look interesting, just jump out there and do it. If you see that there's, a place that you want to go while we're down there or something like that, go and do it. You got to, act. And that's the thing, once you get yourself into the habit of actually going out there and just doing it, it's going to work out. It really, really does. It's great to have a vision, and it's great to be able to visualize your goals and to set goals and to be able to plan things. It is great. And we have talked about that a lot over the last 2 months. And can you believe that, guys? I mean, it's been 2 months. We started this, I looked at it the other day. November 17th was the first one. And, so we're a little bit over 2 months into this now. And, I've gone over a lot of the goal setting and vision and everything like that, but it's also about action. And I'm just as guilty as anybody else about in the past not having taken the action that I needed to. And that's the thing, guys. We really need to take the time out to realize that, yeah, we can have all these grand designs and great goals and big projects we want to work on and all of this stuff. But if we don't take action, and keep that action in line with our vision, we're never going to get anywhere, guys. Oh, excuse me. We're never going to get anywhere. And by taking the time again, to go out there and, just go shake somebody's hand or say, thank you for whatever, if you've seen them on a training or, they've been in the groups that you're in or whatever, even if you've never actually met them. I mean, honestly, I think the only person that I've actually met here is Jay. I might have met Diane in Denver, but I'm not sure. But me and Jay, we actually met in Denver for what, about 5 minutes, right? There on the street corner with Kathy. Yeah, and that's the thing, we didn't really know each other or anything like that, but it was, hey, me and Kathy drove from New York out to Denver, drove all the way out there. I had never met Kathy before I picked her up in Rochester, New York. Never met the lady before in my whole entire life. We had a great trip out, met a lot of different people. She ended up, she was actually staying out there. And, it was just a good experience. And we ran across Jay and I got to talking to him, found out that, hey, we're actually, on the same team basically. And, it's really, really cool when you can take the time out. Hey, this is great. Hey, me and Kathy wanted to shoot a video. Jay shot the video for us. So, it's just really, really neat to just jump out there and get out of your skin, get out of your head. Because if you let yourself have the time to psychoanalyze everything that you do, you're never going to do it. And I can tell you that with 100% belief because I have been there, guys. You know, I went through basically, 3 events where I was, great, went out, had fun, got to meet people and everything like that, had all these ideas and everything. And then I just didn't take action on it. Hang on 1 second here. Just give me some weird. Can you guys still hear me okay? I just got some weird notification that some people may not be able to hear me. Can you guys hear me okay? Hello? All right, well, I'm going to keep going. We can always watch the recording later, but here's the thing. What I want to get across to you guys really is it's about taking action. Set your vision, make those goals, and then go out there and do it with everything that you have. Don't let outside influences, keep you from your goal and, take you out of alignment with your vision. This weekend I had to, well, actually the last week or so, I had to end some relationships and friendships because the things that I was involved in and the things that these other people were involved in and doing weren't in alignment with my vision. They didn't have the same kind of goal that I had. They didn't have the same kind of drive. It was just like, oh, well, this is just something to do. Well, for me, this isn't something just to do. For me, it is 100% everything that I'm going to do. I love this business. I love this industry. I am doing everything I can to grow, and I'm not going to let anybody take me out of my vision. Because the moment I decide that, oh, well, maybe they're right, the moment I start thinking, and honestly worry about what anybody else thinks, I'm done. I should have quit yesterday. Eric Thomas says it all the time. You should have quit last week. You should have quit last year. You should have quit, before you took that last course. And that's the thing, guys. Just by going out there and actually taking action and doing things, you will make things happen. A week ago, I didn't know how I was going to get to the event. To be honest with you, I had planned, I bought my ticket, I knew that I was going to go, and, nothing was stopping me. And I took action, I decided, hey, I've got pretty good at running Facebook ads. Well, I'm going to run a Facebook course and charge just enough to where it gives people great value and enables me to get to my trip. And you know what? I was able to buy my plane ticket to get to Miami. And I'm going to have just enough money to get down there and make sure that, I can take care of things. But then, I decided, Saturday, I really got to figure out a way to get down there and not just be struggling, try to find the closest McDonald's to eat every day or something like that. So, I decided I was going to do whatever it took to take action. Okay. And then yesterday, all of a sudden, it's like, hey, I have people, messaging me, hey, can you do this project for me? Can you do that project for me? Yeah, sure, great. And it just all came together and worked out. And that's a thing, guys. If you take the time to take the action and believe that that action is going to take you to your vision, you will be successful. You cannot help it as long as you're doing everything that you can and you can honestly see yourself in the place where you need to be. You guys agree with me on that? Start to think you guys can't hear me again. Can you guys still hear me okay? Hang on. Hello, hello? Can you guys hear me? Well, I'm not sure what's going on here. My screen might be slightly frozen or something like that. But, guys, again, I really, really appreciate your time. And I'm going to let everybody know that watches this call, we may have to miss next Monday just because I'm going to be traveling in the morning. And I don't know with trying to go through the airport and everything else that I'm going to be able to get on. I'm going to make my absolute best attempt to be able to get on, at least to be able to talk to you guys for a little while. But, what we'll do is if I cannot get on Monday, we will try and schedule another day next week to be able to have this call because I really don't want to miss the calls. So with that, guys, I really, really appreciate your time. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Those of you that are going to be in Miami, I cannot wait to see you guys there. And with that, enjoy your Monday, enjoy your week, and have an absolutely amazing, amazing time. You guys take care.